Go and open the cabinet under your kitchen sink. Right now, if you can. I'll wait. How many bottles are down there? 5, 10, 15. A spray for the bathroom counter. A different one for the toilet. Another for the tub. Another for the mirrors. One for the kitchen. One for the stovetop. One for the floors. One for wood. One for stainless steel. A cream. A foam. A gel. A wipe. Half of them half empty. Some of them bought for one specific job you did once, 2 years ago, and never did again. And every single one of those bottles promised you the same thing, that it was essential, that it was the only product that could possibly handle that one specific surface, that without it, your home would be dirty and unsafe, and somehow, quietly, your fault. Now let me tell you about a kitchen in Japan. Small, ordinary, nothing special about it at all, except that it is spotlessly, genuinely clean. Floors you could sit on, a bathroom that smells like nothing, because it's simply clean rather than perfumed, counters that shine without a streak. And under the sink, in that kitchen, there are 2 things. Two products. And that home is cleaner than yours. It's cleaner than mine was before I understood this. It is cleaner than almost every Western home I have ever walked into. And it is being kept that way for a few dollars a year. Today I'm going to tell you exactly what those 2 things are, why they work better than the chemical arsenal you're currently paying for, and precisely how to use them the Japanese way, surface by surface, room by room. So you can walk into your kitchen tonight and start replacing that entire cabinet. And stay with me until the end, because I'm going to explain the single most important reason the cleaning industry has spent decades and hundreds of millions of dollars making absolutely certain you never figure this out. Before we get to the 2, a quick thing. The Japanese home was never really about cleaning. It's about a home that rests, instead of a home that's one more thing to perfect. I wrote a small book on that quieter idea, Wabi Sabi, Finding Peace in an Imperfect Life. Link below if it calls to you. For now, let's get to the 2 things. Before I tell you what the 2 products are, you need to understand how the cabinet under your sink got so full in the first place. Because it did not happen by accident. It was engineered, deliberately, over decades. The cleaning products industry is worth tens of billions of dollars a year. And here's the thing about an industry that size. It does not grow by selling you something that works so well you never need to buy anything again. It grows in exactly one way, by convincing you that you have a problem you didn't know you had, and that the only possible solution is a brand new product designed specifically for it. Watch how a cleaning commercial actually works. It does not show you a dirty counter and a bottle of all-purpose spray. It shows you a magnified, slow-motion horror show of invisible bacteria swarming across a surface you thought was clean. It shows you the germs on the handle, the grime in the grout, the menace lurking in a place you never thought to be afraid of. And then, relief, it introduces the product, scientifically formulated for that exact threat, on that exact surface. And then next month, there's a different commercial for a different product for a different invisible threat on a different surface. They are not selling you cleanliness. They are selling you fear, and we have been buying it by the cartload for 60 years. Now here's the part that should genuinely annoy you. Take all of those bottles, the bathroom spray, the kitchen spray, the glass cleaner, the floor cleaner, the tub scrub, the tile spray, and look at what they're actually doing chemically. Almost all of them are doing some combination of the same 3 things. They're using a surfactant to break up grease and lift grime. They're using an acid or an alkali to dissolve mineral deposits or cut through organic residue. And they're using a fragrance so that when you're done, it smells like something happened. That's it. That's the magic. You do not need 15 different versions of that. You need to understand what kind of dirt you're actually dealing with. And once you do, you'll realize that 2 simple, ancient, almost absurdly cheap ingredients have been doing this entire job for thousands of years, long before any of these companies existed to tell you otherwise. Japanese cleaning culture never fell for the trick. The philosophy there was never a powerful chemical for every surface. It was understand your surfaces, understand your dirt, and use the simplest thing that works. And the simplest things that work are sitting in your kitchen right now. Let's talk about the first one, product 1, white vinegar. I know, some of you just rolled your eyes. White vinegar? That's the big secret? Stay with me. because the way this is used is not the way your grandmother used it, and the difference between splash some vinegar on it and the actual method is the difference between a mediocre result and a genuinely devastating one. Here's the chemistry, and it's the whole reason this works. White vinegar is a mild acetic acid, typically around 5%. That mild acidity is what makes it one of the most useful cleaning agents on Earth, because acid dissolves the things that make your home look dirty and dull. Specifically, it destroys mineral deposits and hard water stains, that chalky white crust around your faucets, the film on your shower glass, the scale inside your kettle. It cuts grease by breaking down the fatty compounds in kitchen buildup. It neutralizes odors at the source by chemically reacting with the compounds that create them, rather than simply spraying perfume over the top of them. And it is non-toxic. No fumes, no residue you have to worry about on a food surface, safe around children and pets. But here's the part almost everyone gets wrong, and it's the part that makes this a method instead of a product. The soak and wipe method. Most people clean like this. Spray, wipe immediately, done. And it barely works, which is why you end up scrubbing. The Japanese approach is different, and it's built on a simple idea. Let the chemistry do the work instead of your arm. You saturate a cloth with vinegar, you lay that cloth directly onto the surface, and you walk away. 5 minutes, 10, 20 for something stubborn. You go and do something else entirely. And when you come back, the deposit has been chemically loosened and dissolved, and it lifts away with almost no physical effort at all. You are not scrubbing. You are letting time and acid do the scrubbing for you. Once you internalize that, here's how it plays out. Hard water on faucets and taps. Soak a cloth in undiluted vinegar. Wrap it around the faucet. Leave it 20 minutes. Wipe. Those mineral deposits you have been scrubbing at for years come away like they were never there. Shower glass and soap scum. Equal parts vinegar and water in a spray bottle. Spray the whole door. Leave it 10 minutes. Wipe with a microfiber cloth. No streaks, no scum, no scrubbing. Your kettle or coffee maker. Fill halfway with equal parts vinegar and water. Let it sit 30 minutes. Rinse it through. The lime scale is gone. Kitchen counters and stovetops. 1 part vinegar to 3 parts water. Spray. Wait 2 minutes. Wipe. Grease-free, bacteria-reduced, and not a trace of chemical residue anywhere near your food. Hard floors, tile, vinyl, laminate. Half a cup of vinegar in a bucket of warm water. No soapy film, no streaks, no chemical smell. Windows and mirrors. Diluted vinegar, microfiber cloth. Streak-free, every time. 1 large bottle of white vinegar costs a couple of dollars. Look at what it just replaced. Your bathroom spray, your kitchen spray, your glass cleaner, your floor cleaner, and your descaler. 5 products, gone, for less than the price of a coffee. Now, 2 things you must know, because I'm not going to pretend this is magic. Do not use vinegar on natural stone, marble, granite, travertine. The acid will etch and damage the finish. Also go easy on hardwood floor finishes and anything with a delicate seal. For those surfaces, the second product covers you completely. And never, ever mix vinegar with bleach. That combination produces chlorine gas, which is genuinely dangerous. Don't mix cleaning products, full stop. This is exactly the kind of thing the simple 2-ingredient approach protects you from. Now let's talk about the second thing under that Japanese sink, and why the 2 of them together form a complete system. Product 2, baking soda. Baking soda, sodium bicarbonate, is a mild alkaline compound, and that single word, alkaline, is why it's the perfect partner to vinegar, and why together, they cover essentially everything. Here's the elegant logic. Vinegar is acidic, baking soda is alkaline. They sit at opposite ends of the chemical spectrum, and between the 2 of them, they handle every category of dirt and stain a home can throw at you. Acid-based problems, hard water, mineral buildup, scale, grease, vinegar handles. Problems that need gentle physical scrubbing power, and problems that need odor genuinely neutralized rather than masked. Baking soda handles. Not 15 products, 2 ingredients, complete coverage. Here's what baking soda is actually doing. It's a gentle abrasive. Its fine crystalline structure creates just enough friction to scrub away residue without scratching the surface underneath, which makes it perfect for porcelain sinks, tubs, and toilets, where a harsher scrub would leave marks. It absorbs and neutralizes odors by reacting chemically with both acidic and alkaline odor molecules, which is why it works in a fridge, in a trash can, on fabric, and in shoes. It lifts stains out of porous surfaces when made into a paste. And it handles grout, genuinely properly, without a single toxic fume. A large box costs about $1. The 3 ways it's used: as a dry powder, sprinkle it directly onto a surface, the sink, the bathtub, the toilet bowl. Let it sit 2 minutes. Scrub with a damp cloth. Rinse. Brilliantly clean. 0 toxic exposure, and you can breathe the whole time. As a paste, mix with just enough water to form a thick consistency and apply it to the tough stuff: baked on grime, oven residue, grout, stubborn stains. Leave it 15 minutes, then scrub and rinse. This handles things that expensive commercial products genuinely struggle with. As a passive odor absorber, small open containers left in the places that develop smells: in the refrigerator, under the sink, in the bottom of the trash can. Inside shoes, it works silently and continuously. No spray, no effort, no cost, no perfume covering up a problem that's still there. And the combination? Here's the one everyone knows and almost nobody uses correctly: the drain treatment. Sprinkle a generous amount of baking soda directly into the drain, then pour vinegar in after it. That familiar fizzing, that's the acid and the alkali reacting, physically dislodges the grease, soap scum, and debris built up inside the pipe and leaves it clear and odor-free. Do this once a week and you will never buy a chemical drain cleaner again. Products which, incidentally, are dangerous to handle and genuinely damaging to your pipes over time. Your entire house, 2 products. Let me just walk you straight through it, room by room, so you can see how completely this covers everything. The kitchen, counters, diluted vinegar spray, 2 minutes, wipe. Stovetop grease, undiluted vinegar on a cloth, 5 minutes, wipe away. Baked on residue, baking soda paste, 15 minutes, scrub. The sink, baking soda sprinkled in, scrubbed with a damp sponge, rinsed. Fridge odors, an open box of baking soda on the back shelf. The drain, baking soda and vinegar, weekly. The bathroom, toilet bowl, baking soda sprinkled in, 5 minutes, scrub, flush. And for serious staining, add vinegar afterward and let the reaction work before you scrub. The sink, a baking soda scrub, rinsed. Mirror, diluted vinegar, dry microfiber, streak-free. Shower glass, vinegar spray, 10 minutes. Wipe, grout, baking soda paste, and an old toothbrush, 15 minutes. Scrub. Hard water on the faucet, the vinegar-soaked cloth, wrapped, 20 minutes. Living areas, fabric and carpet odors, baking soda sprinkled lightly, left 15 to 20 minutes. Vacuumed up, this pulls the smell out of the fabric, rather than spraying perfume on top of it, which is all an air freshener ever does. Hard floors, half a cup of vinegar in warm water. Windows, diluted vinegar and a microfiber cloth. The bedroom, mattress, baking soda sprinkled across the surface, left 30 minutes to an hour, vacuumed off. Do that once a quarter and your mattress genuinely smells fresh, with no chemical spray anywhere near where you breathe for 8 hours a night. Pillows, half a cup of baking soda in the wash with your detergent. That is your entire home. 2 ingredients, under $5. Why you may have tried this before and thought it didn't work. I want to address something head on because a chunk of you are sitting there thinking, I've tried vinegar. It didn't really work. My counter was still sticky and my house smelled like a chip shop. That is a completely fair objection, and it's almost always caused by one of 4 specific mistakes. Fix these and the whole thing changes. Mistake 1, you sprayed and wiped immediately. This is the big one, and it's the difference between the product and the method. Commercial cleaners are formulated to work in seconds because that's what consumers expect. Vinegar and baking soda are not. They need contact time to do their chemistry. Spraying vinegar on a limescale ring and wiping it off 2 seconds later does essentially nothing. And then you conclude, vinegar is weak. It isn't. You just didn't let it work. Soak the cloth, lay it on, and walk away. The dissolving happens while you're doing something else. Almost everyone who says vinegar doesn't work has never once given it 10 minutes. Mistake 2? you used it on the wrong surface. If you tried vinegar on marble, granite, or a sealed hardwood floor and got a dull, damaged result, that's not a failure of the method. That's the method being misapplied. Acid etches stone. That's chemistry, and it's the reason you have a second product. Baking soda is the answer for those surfaces. Match the tool to the job. Mistake 3, your dilution was wrong. People tend to go too weak on the tough jobs and too strong on the everyday ones. Heavy limescale and stubborn grease want undiluted vinegar and real contact time. Daily counterwiping wants it well diluted, 1 part vinegar to 3 parts water, because you don't need a sledgehammer for a crumb. If your everyday spray smells overwhelming, you're using it far too strong. Mistake 4, you expected it to smell like clean. And this is the deepest one, because it isn't about chemistry at all. It's about what 60 years of advertising did to your brain. You have been trained very deliberately to believe that clean has a smell. Pine, lemon, fresh linen. That smell is fragrance. It is added at the end for exactly one reason, so that you feel like the product worked. Here's the truth. A genuinely clean room smells like nothing at all. That's what clean actually is. The absence of odor, not the presence of a perfume. The vinegar smell you notice while cleaning disappears completely as it dries, usually within minutes, and what it leaves behind is not a fragrance. It's neutrality, real cleanliness. Walk into a Japanese home and this is exactly what you notice, and it's oddly hard to describe until you understand it. The air doesn't smell like flowers or citrus or anything at all. It just smells clean, because it is clean, not perfumed over the top of something that isn't. If a room needs a fragrance in order to seem clean to you, that is worth sitting with for a moment, because it means the smell was doing the job the cleaning was supposed to do. The reason they never told you. Now, the part I promised you at the beginning. Why has an entire industry worked so hard for so long to keep this from being obvious? The answer is almost insultingly simple, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. You cannot build a $30 billion industry selling people vinegar. There's no brand loyalty in baking soda. There's no premium version. There's no margin, no patent, no line extension, no new and improved formula to launch next spring. Nobody can own it. Nobody can mark it up 400%. There is no possible way to make a fortune from an ingredient that costs $1 and has been sitting in every kitchen since the 1800s. So the industry did the only thing it could. It didn't lie to you exactly. It just made sure you never thought about it. It buried the simple answer under 60 years of advertising for a specialized product for every conceivable surface. And it made you feel, quietly, persistently, that a real clean requires a real chemical, and that the cheap, old-fashioned thing under your sink couldn't possibly be enough. White vinegar has been used as a cleaning agent since ancient Rome. Baking soda has been in Western homes since the 1800s. These ingredients predate every single brand you have ever seen on a supermarket shelf. They are not a hack. They are not a trend. They are chemistry. They have always worked and they will always work, and no amount of advertising changes what an acid and an alkali do. Japanese cleaning culture never abandoned them. For one simple reason, that culture was never driven by marketing. It was driven by results, and by simplicity, and by a deep instinct against waste, the sense that using more than you need and buying what you don't require is its own kind of failure. And there's one more dimension worth naming honestly. The fumes from harsh commercial cleaners have been linked to respiratory irritation and skin sensitization, especially with repeated long-term exposure in enclosed spaces. And the person most exposed to all of it is the person doing the cleaning. That's you. Switching to vinegar and baking soda isn't only a financial decision. It's a decision about what you're breathing in your own home, every week, for years. The math is not close either. Estimates put the average household's annual spending on cleaning products somewhere in the hundreds of dollars. 2 ingredients that together cost under $5 replace almost all of it. Start tonight. So here's exactly what to do. And it takes almost nothing. Buy 1 large bottle of white vinegar and 1 large box of baking soda. Total investment, under $5. Get 2 spray bottles. Fill one with 1 part vinegar to 3 parts water for everyday surfaces, and 1 with undiluted vinegar for the tough jobs. Label them. Keep 1 in the kitchen and 1 in the bathroom. Then clean 1 room. Just 1. I'd start with the bathroom because that's where the difference is most dramatic. Use nothing but these 2 things and pay attention to 3 things while you do it: how clean it actually gets, the complete absence of that harsh chemical smell, and how your hands feel when you're finished. Then open the cabinet under your sink and look honestly at everything you did not touch, and ask yourself whether you're really going to replace any of it when it runs out. Because here's what Japan figured out a very long time ago, and what an entire industry has spent a fortune making sure you never quite realized. Clean does not require complicated. Effective does not require expensive. The best cleaning system in the world is the one you can actually maintain every single day, without it costing a fortune and without filling the home you live in with chemicals you can't even pronounce. 2 products, 1 simple idea: a home that is genuinely, deeply, consistently clean. Now I want to hear from you, and I want you to be honest. Go and count the bottles under your sink right now and put the number in the comments, just the number. I have a feeling some of these are going to be genuinely shocking, and I think a lot of people are about to realize the same thing at the same time. And if this saved you money, or saved you from breathing something you didn't need to breathe, share it with 1 person you know who has a cabinet absolutely full of bottles they don't need. I'll see you in the next one.